Let's hope that some action unfolds there. Maybe they will be making love. And I'm certainly very jealous of the situation you're in. We're going to send you back there and continue on our way. Our plan is to try and find a leopard so that we can try and get some action of this in this end of the safari as well. Otherwise, we're going to battle to compete with those lions that James has found. Cool. Good luck. Goodbye.
Right, everybody. You go to the lions. Don't worry about me here. We just want to do a virtual reality shoot here with this thing on the front of the car, but this little beeping device, which is supposed to be a very fancy syncing device, is supposed to be making a beeping sound, but it is not. Yeah? Shall I throw it out of the car?
No, it's probably cable.
Cable related.
Yeah. You get out.
Oh, this is a very clever question. Clutie from New Franklin. I don't know where New Franklin is. Sounds like an interesting spot to be. You say, could her call be infrasonic? In other words, below the sound waves that we are able to hear. So lower down, a wider wavelength, a lower frequency. Clutie, yes, there is an element of infrasound in the lion's call, definitely. No question. And it travels along the ground. That's why she pushes her head towards the ground and calls like that. And for us, it'll sound a lot more quiet than it will to a lion listening out for it. So yes, I think that's a really good supposition, if you like, that the call there is quite infrasonic. Very nice. And Debbie, yes, of course, you've noticed that his mane is quite dark, and it's, in fact, if you look at him from the front, it's almost a black mane, and you say, does that mean that there's a lot of testosterone in his body? Yes, it does. It's precisely what it means. There will be lots of testosterone. The more black a lion's mane is, the more testosterone there is in his body. And, of course, the older they get, they do often get a bit darker as they get older. But the amount of testosterone in him is evidenced by the fact that he's clearly not backed down during any of the fights that he's had. He's got no injuries on his backside, indicating that completely unlike that hyena, he managed to have his business end faced towards his enemies. He didn't turn his back at one stage. You can see he's pristine over there, and on his face and shoulders where he fights, he's got all sorts of scars. And he's not very big. I mean, he's a decent-sized male lion, I suppose, but he's nothing like the size of those Matimba chaps who used to roam about these parts. So he's obviously a very brave fellow with testosterone coursing through his body. Sean, you're in Secunda, and you want to know why it is that the lion's skin, here we go, is grey and black. Well, it's grey and black, basically. That's just what the colour is. It's grey, their skin. Here we go. And look at him, even though he's got those injuries, he's completely walking without any form of limp. She had a limp the last time we saw her, and she's absolutely fine now. It's magnificent. I'm just going to quickly tell the VR what's going on. Lions in front on the road, grey skies above, perhaps some rain. With those eyes and the scars on that lion. Let's just see what he does. We originally thought they might be mating. She might be going off to look, in fact, for the rest of her pride. He looks like he's had enough of this. He's very tired. He's lean. Look at his build. He's not, he's not nearly as heavy as those Matimbas, and I think he's probably 2 years off being as heavy as he's going to be. Let's go around the side of him. So there he is to the left. And way up in front there, the female, she's not interested in him. Zoe, we're very close to him now. We're only about 3.5 feet from him. You want to know if he can get those scars from a kill, from being at a kill? Definitely he can, Zoe. It wouldn't only be in a fight with other males, but certainly over a kill, they will hit each other. But you see, I think this to me looks much more severe than that. This looks like he's had a proper conflict. But certainly they can absolutely get sort of bloody marks on their faces from the fights that they have. Isn't he lovely? He's a magnificent fellow. And Sunel, you're in Trinidad, and you said how far away are these lions? Well, this lion is about only 5 feet. Yeah, not a bit more than 4 feet, maybe 5 feet from us. He's very relaxed. And he's watching his consort move. Here she goes. I wonder if they have been mating. I don't know. She's definitely looking for the rest of the pride. She stopped to urinate there. Now that will be an indication to him. We'll see when he gets there if he exhibits that sort of phlegm behavior, if he smells the urine and tries to tell whether she's an estrus or not. But I suspect there's an element of that because I don't know why otherwise he'd be following her. Males and females don't necessarily like to be with each other all the time, and that is because males, of course, will steal all of the food from the females. And so they only kind of really want to be around the males when they are mating. And you can see his ears are pinned back. He's listening to us as we move behind him, so I'm just going to keep my distance. I don't want to disturb him or make him go any faster, but they are looking like they're going to cross north into Buffelshoek. So I'm just going to quickly give an update there on the radio stations. These two animals are now mobile, due north up Cheetah Cat line. The female has crossed north into Buffelshoek. The male is just behind her. To be sad. Unfortunately, I think this is going to be the last we're going to see of them. Thank you, Martin. You say all is forgiven for my complete incompetence at finding anything large and magnificent today, simply because we have a Birmingham boy with us. I agree. I forgive myself even. Ooh, that's a nice smell, isn't it, VM? Oh, grief. Now notice he didn't stop to smell. He's just following her. Now he's going to mark his territory. There he is marking against the tree. She is off in front there, down that road. And I think he's going to follow her straight into Buffelshoek. Maybe he won't. There is another male and another 2 males behind us on Torchwood. But he's going to follow his consort, I think. Oh, no, he seems to be in 2 minds. Don't go that way, fellow. Come this way. When in doubt, have a sleep. It's so wonderful. Now, oh, there he goes. He's watching something. Dominique, you're in Paris. You might be a new viewer, and if you are, thank you very much for getting hold of us, and thank you for watching. There she is. You can just see her over the top there. Now, Dominique, you want to know if these lions are comfortable with us, with them lying on the road, and how would they react if they became uncomfortable? They are completely confident and comfortable. Sorry, just stand by, Steph. They're completely comfortable and completely confident, and what happens is that if they are uncomfortable, like he was slightly there when we were driving up behind him and he flattened his ears back they do give a behavioral indication. They'll flatten their ears, they might growl, but normally they will just walk away. That's not why he's moving now. That's not why she was moving. She's looking for the rest of her pride, and he's just following on because he thinks she might be an estrus. That's going to be the last of it, I'm afraid. So now we'll see if we can find some tracks, but the very fact... Sorry, I'm just taking instructions from my friend VM. We'll just try and find a fresh track for you that is obvious in this light. Is there one that side? Okay, let's just turn around. While we do that, let me quickly get hold of Steph. He was trying to get hold of me. He found these lines. Steph, go ahead.
I can't see the animal.
Let's quickly go across to Scott. There is some good news here. I'll keep you posted.
Well, very happy that you had some wonderful views of